Well, hello everybody. Today we're in for a treat. Miss Sarah Moncon is here and from the Danville campus, and she is going to speak with us today about why it is important to take responsibility for your advising appointment. Miss Sarah Moncon.
Okay. All right. Like Miss Godby said, I have been advising students and also teaching, and so I kind of see some of the things that students don't do when they come in for their advising appointment. So one of the things that you want to do is you want to be prepared and kind of know what you want, instead of thinking that your advisor is going to tell you with this big crystal ball what you want, what you need to take, okay? So you need to go into the website and kind of look over things and make sure that you understand what it is that you have to take. There are 3 types of degrees that you can get at BCTC. You can get an associate's in art, or an associate's in science, or you can get a technical degree, which is called an AAS degree, an associate's in applied science. So there's 3 types of degrees that you can get here. Sometimes with the associate in applied science degree, you can work your way up. You can get a certificate, then you can get a diploma, and then you can work your way up into the degree, okay? One of the things that I saw with students that came in was they had no clue, because they never mapped out the classes that they were taking. They never mapped them out within the degree itself, and so they were just taking classes. And so then when they started putting them down on paper and they started to see, oh, I'm filling in this requirement, this requirement, this requirement, and I could possibly get 2 degrees out of it. I could get an associate's in applied science degree, which is my technical degree, that could make me money while I go on and get my associate's degree, okay? Because sometime down the line you may decide that you want to go on in your education and get your bachelor's degree, which would be the next 2 years. So the associate's degree is your first 2 years of college, and then your bachelor's would be your second 2 years of college. And a lot of times people think, oh, I'm just going to get that AAS degree. But when you look at the two, if you do a little research and you look at the two, there's not that many more classes that you have to take to get that associate's degree. So if you want to keep yourself from having to take your math class over again, or your algebra class over again, because it's out of, eventually things get old and they put in new classes to take over. So once you get an associate's degree, I like to say it boxes it in. So you don't lose your degree. You don't have to take other classes. So if 3 years down the line you decide to take that bachelor's and get your bachelor's degree, you just take your little associate's degree and you can start on your bachelor's. You don't have to, oh, that class doesn't count anymore. Oh, that class doesn't make, I have to take that over and that over and that over. So all of a sudden you're taking 3 or 4 more classes. If you would just stick with it and finish the degree, then you don't have that problem, okay? So those are some of the things that, just being responsible. I remember when I was in school, I was digging through the catalog of the college, and I was making sure, because I had all these people that, oh, they're taking 5 years to get through, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to take 5 years to get through, I want to get through. So I made sure that I looked, and I made sure that my classes met the requirements, and I could double dip in some of them, okay? Because if you can take a humanities class, it might also count for a cultural studies class, you see? So but you have to understand that, and you have to kind of research it and look into it. Your advisor only has maybe 20, 30 minutes with you, so they can only, that's all they're there for, is to advise you. They can't really dig as deep as you're going to, because it's your life, it's your responsibility. They can give you advice, but they're not always going to have the right answers, because you know your own situation. So you want to go in there prepared with what you think you should take, and then they can help you say, well, maybe that would be good, or that wouldn't be good, or they can help you with that part, okay? Instead of you going in and just saying, I don't know what I want to take, just put me in some classes. Is that an easy one? That's kind of some of the things that, people will say. well, I just have to have it fit my schedule. Well, that's not really the reason that you go to college. You go to college because you want to learn certain things and get into certain programs, right? So, anyway, one of the big mistakes that students make, I think, is that they try and cram all their classes on 2 days. And I think that that's a really hard, it sets you up for having all of your classes due, all your assignments are due on the exact same day. So you don't have any kind of breathing room. So if you put your classes, I've got my 2 little things here. So if you do it like this, where you have 2 classes on Monday, Wednesday, and 2 classes on Tuesday, Thursday, then you're driving along because you got this rhythm going. You know that you've got 2 days before this assignment is due and 2 days before the next assignment is due, and you're not trying to cram everything in like a Monday, Wednesday, where you kind of crash. It's like, oh my gosh, I've got all 4 classes, they're all due in the same day, and they all have big assignments going on. So think about that when you're advising. I know some people can't do that, but the ultimate would be to be able to spread your classes out so that you have time to work on them. The other thing that people sometimes get into is skipping prerequisites, and that is where you try and take a class but you're not prepared for it. The college system works where you have your developmental classes, which usually start with a 0 or 2-digit or two numbers, and then you have your classes that are 100-level courses, and then you have 200-level courses. So those 200-level courses usually require you to have taken the 100 level. So you can't take Psychology 230 if you haven't taken Psychology 100, okay? Because it would be like going ahead of the game and you'd be lost, okay? So a lot of times people think, oh, well, I don't need to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and skip that. Usually the computer will catch you with it because they don't want you to fail just because you're taking something that you shouldn't be. That's why that's in place. So your 100 level courses are the first ones you start with, and then as you get into your major, then you go into the 200 level courses, okay? So that's important, and they do have prerequisites in place. The other mistake that a lot of students make is if you have to take developmental classes, and usually it's in the math, there are 4 classes that you have to get through. If you start at 055, you got to do 65, then you got to do 108, and then you have to do, well, now it's 150, but it was 109. And those 4 classes, if you have to take all 4 of them, well, that's 2 years, because that's 1 each semester, right? So a lot of times people go, oh, I don't want to take math, I hate math, I'm going to tuck that one under, I'm going to do that another time, and she let me go, she didn't make me take it. But really what's going to happen is you're going to end up having to take more classes. You're not going to be able to graduate on time because you've got to take it during the summer. So be careful with that. If you know that you've got to go through 4 levels of math before you get to the college algebra, then you want to make sure that you start on it right away. Don't let those developmental classes wait. Same with the reading. If you have to take developmental reading classes, if you don't take them, then you can't get into the 100 level courses. That's a prerequisite. So you have to take those developmental classes or you will not be able to go on to those 100 level courses. There are only a few classes that you can take, and once those are done, you have to take the developmental and get that over with and learn what you need to so you can be successful in the 100 level courses. Okay? And I think that's about it.